beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back. Today we're doing a good old declutter. I really am like excited to declutter my collection because the 2 drawers I have left in my collection to do are a mess. So I've already done my eyeliners, liquid shadows, mascaras, all that. That went really well, and I've also already done my foundations and concealers and setting powders. Though that really went really well as well. But now it's time for the drawer that is the messiest, and that is blush and highlighter. Now I don't think I need that many blush and highlighters. I have a lot, but also every time I'm like this close away from free shipping, I'll add in a blush or a highlighter because I'm like, oh, I don't think I have that shade, and then I don't end up using them. So today I'm going to try to be strong and declutter a bunch of them. So we'll see how that goes. Without any further ado, let's get started after I give a quick shout out to my small business, theopencrypt.com, where my beautiful planchette cat earrings are from today. Okay, now I mean it, let's get into the declutter. Okay, so here's my blush and highlighter drawer. I don't even have an excuse for how bad this looks to you, honestly. It's just, this is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to be a little ruthless here. So let's start off with just these singles, I guess. So, ooh, Ofra Flash. This one is so pretty. I thought it was gonna be too dark on me, but really it's like the most beautiful gold. I have a lot of Ofra. I do get a discount on Ofra, so, and I love their highlighters so much. I'm gonna put this in a maybe because it's pretty new, and like I really do love the gold shade on my skin tone without being too dark. So this is gonna go in the maybe pile. Not doing so well. I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping Lotus Blossom. I try to depot this, but honestly the packaging does not let you get it out without breaking it. It's too stuck. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it for now, but I wish I could depot it. Sigma. I have a lot of Ofra and a lot of Sigma because when I see I have a discount, I just can't resist. Berry Love. I love this color. And one of their highlighters is Sizzle. I'm only gonna keep one of the highlighters, so let me put the blush down. Let's compare the beautiful freaking highlighters. I have 4 of them, okay? And I only really use 2, if we're being honest with myself here. So let's compare. Oh, the pinky one was so pretty. Okay, so these are really the 2 that I use. One's more yellowy, one's more champagne-y. So we have Moonbeam and Sizzle. I want to keep Sizzle because I feel like I just kept this one from Ofra and this looks very similar, so I will keep 1, get rid of 3, even though I really love this shade. I'm gonna put this in maybe actually. Let's put this in maybe for now. We'll come back to the maybes at the end. I'm keeping 1, getting rid of these 2. Back to the Sigma blushes now. Let's just round. I only have 3. I got them all at like not too long after they were released, honestly. And I love the fact that this is the only shimmer out of all the 3. Like the rest of the other 2 are mattes. So honestly, I have only been using the shimmery one. I don't even think I ever used this one. This is the shade Corda Rosa. Yeah, I haven't used this one. I kind of got it as a backup because I have the Corda Rosa cheek palette and I love it. But this is kind of a backup and I don't need a backup, so I'm going to declutter it. I don't know why I needed a backup. And then out of these 2, I only really use the shimmery one. I don't really use the matte, but I really love this color. However, I do see an Urban Decay one right there that's very similar to this color, so I will keep the shimmer. I'll actually put the shimmer in the maybes. I really want to be ruthless. I'm going to get rid of this one. So far, I've gotten rid of 4 things, 3 in the maybe, 2 keeps. Next up, this is from Phrasis, and it's really pretty. This packaging isn't my favorite because they have other prettier packagings, but this highlighter is so beautiful. It reminds me of the Smashbox one with Lada. I don't know what her name. I forgot what her name is, but she has really pretty like designs like this, and the melting lips thing is originated from her. But honestly, I'm not going to reach for this one over my Ofra one, so I'm going to declutter it, even though it's beautiful. This is the one. It was like I have this shade in Urban Decay one. This is Urban Decay Fetish. I don't know if the shade's in discontinued. I've had it for years, but you're going to pry it out of my cold dead hands because I'm not getting it out today. That's staying. Oh, Cover FX Little Duo. So pretty. but I haven't really been reaching for it, so it's gonna go in the maybe because I do love these kind of peachy colors. But I want to see what I end up keeping before I say yes to that. I really want to be strong, so we're gonna have a lot of maybes today. Next up, let's do these. This little, oh, I love this little palette from ColourPop. But I honestly forgot about it for a while, so I can declutter it. The High School Musical one. Okay, everyone missed this collection. Like, I got some of the things for this collection to review because I thought it was like, well, everybody's gonna be super excited about this, right? I didn't see everybody talking about it first. I thought maybe people missed the Trend Mood post about it or something. And I was like, ooh, people are really gonna want a review of this for like the nostalgia. And then no one did. So I didn't do it. I liked this color because it was very, very neutral, and I'm not really a bold blush kind of girl at this point in my life. But I will declutter it because I think there's a shade in the Quarter Rosa palette that I like that's similar to this. I don't even know if I use that one. I'm going to keep Sunset Glow from Give Me Glow because it's fabulous. Loves Give Me Glow. Also, I have another Give Me Glow one down here, Falling Glow. This one is in this separate section, buried by this palette. This is my inner corner highlight recently. I gave up on Ice Cold from Jeffree Star doing my highlight because I kept getting Hard Pan from inner corner. This is my go-to now. It's, she's the moment. The other Give Me Glow one I have here is Halo, and this is such a pretty glittery highlighter. I love how metallic-y glittery it is, but would I reach for these other two Give Me Glow ones over this one? I don't know. So I'm going to put her in maybe. Okay, Ice Cold by Jeffree Star is like, as we can tell, she's very much loved my collection. This is my second one. But the Hard Pan on it, this is going to be hard for people who've seen me for a while to believe that I would ever part ways with this. But it's so, like, can we see how gunky Hard Pan that is on top? It, like, looks nasty. I think it's expired. Like, normally I don't care if a powder product expired because it's powder, it's dry. But, like, that looks nasty on the top, so I think I have to get rid of this. Okay, this is the same kind of color scheme that clearly I have an affection for. That ColourPop one I kept first, as well as that Give Me Glow one I just showed you, have like a yellow, slightly green, yellowy icy hue to it, and that's very similar to this one here. Oh, look, it's my arm tattoo. This one here from ColourPop, and it's Find the Book. But I'm going to get rid of it because I kept the Oprah one. And I still have the Give Me Glow one in the very similar color scheme in the maybe pile. Okay. Kaleidos highlighters now. I guess I'll just finish off this section. I only have 3 at the moment. So we have Solar Sailor, which again, I like an icy white with a reflect of the yellow. Very pretty. We have Prophecy, which this one is so sparkly when you put on the eyes. Okay, it has like that yellow and a little bit of pink hue to it. And then we have Gifted. And this one has more purple. I'm going to keep these two. I'm going to keep these two, Gifted and Prophecy, because they have more like a different chromey shift to it. Solar Sailor is really pretty and I love the packaging on it, but these two are more fun for me. So I'm going to get rid of this one, keep these two. I guess we'll move on to this little section now. This video makes me nervous. I'm so scared of parting ways with some of these products. So next up, let's do the heart-shaped blushes. I do have one from Kimchi Chic here, which out of all the heart ones, this one's honestly my favorite because whereas it's not the easiest thing to open, they're way easier to open than the ColourPop ones. So this one's beautiful. I'm keeping her. I really love this brand. I want to get more stuff from them. As far as the heart ColourPop ones go, give me a solid minute to open these things up because they're hard to open. But they're having new ones come out soon that I'm kind of excited about. I literally had to get a box cutter to open these things. So here is the shade Kiss and Tell. This was my favorite one because it's very neutral. This is the one I've most used, which is Flirt Alert. So I think this one's from the second release. This one's from the first year release. And then we have this one, which apparently I've used like twice, and that's Let's Dance. I'm going to get rid of all 3 of them. I really enjoy the colors, and I love these matte blushes from ColourPop, and I love the packaging. But these things are too hard to open and it annoys me. Okay, next up, We have a Glam Light Pina Colada. This one was gifted to me, which was amazing of Glam Light, and I really like the champagne-y shade. But it's a little hard panned on the top. I don't know if we can tell. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile, but I do love the champagne-y color. And then we have Hedwig from ColourPop, which I'm going to declutter because I didn't realize how problematic that lunch was, and everybody was super mad about it. But I thought this color was pretty, and I'm sorry. Okay, next up is from Aesthetica. We got this in a subscription box. Why couldn't I say the word subscription right then? I thought this was a button to press. It's clearly not. I'm going to declutter. I don't really care about it. Forgot I had it. And then I have two others from that same like spring. Oh, no, the only one from the spring Lotus collection from ColourPop. And we have a regular one here. So this is the Hills, which is like the lighter version of Rodeo Drive, which is a really pretty color. And we have Pure Glow, which is a little bit more of a peachy tone to it. I love them both. But I will keep the Hills and I will declutter this one. It's such a pretty formula. I love all of these. But the thing is, if I could depot them, I would keep all the over highlighters. But these I can't depot, and that's kind of a problem for me. So I will keep this one, get rid of this one. Let's do the back section here now really quickly. This one I was gifted as well, actually, from the brand. I think it's really pretty, and I love this purple blush. So, but it's going to go in the maybes for now in case I have an extra purple blush, because I don't really reach for it that much. It is from Reza Beauty. Love the freaking uniqueness of this. If I have another purple blush, though, I'll probably declutter this one. So it's in the maybe pile for now. This little Ofra topper, I forgot I had this. This is a little sparked topper in iced. This needs to go in like, I guess it would technically go in the blush drawer. I want to put this in my single shadow drawer to actually maybe use it because I forget it's in here. It's so tiny and all these things are bigger. So I'm going to put this in a different drawer. Back here we have the Ofra and Glamlight Scooby-Doo palette. Oh my god. Oh my god. Maybe pile because it's so pretty. I have another one of these Ofra toppers. I think there's 3 in total. Yeah. There's another one. I'm gonna put these in my single eyeshadow drawer. Okay, here is a little Ofra thing that came in a little set. So this wasn't really the purpose of me ordering the set. It was just like an extra little thing. I'm gonna declutter it. Back here in the back, these are super pretty. They're from Melts. They're little duos. These little bees. I've really had a good time with these. But recently, it just haven't been my favorite thing to reach for, and especially with my new Project Pan, I'm trying to use to other things. I'm going to declutter both of these today. Next up, I do have 2 OMFG highlighters. I have Cinderella and the Elnegs one, Luscious Glow. This pink is really beautiful, and I love the combination of these 3 colors in this one. I don't know if you can see, they're 3 different colors. But I'm going to get rid of both of them just because I haven't really been reaching for them, and I do have other pink highlights that I love, as well as this one comes off just kind of a white shade, iciness. The blue and the yellow kind of cancel each other out on the face, so they kind of just look icy, and I have tons of those shades, but they are really beautiful formulas. Next up, I think we're just going to do this section because we're getting through this pretty quickly. This is from Prados Beauty. This was gifted to me by Elnegs, actually, and I like this palette. I think the formulas, these are very nice, very satiny, but this is the only shade that like scares me. And these other shades aren't the most like, oh my god, I have to have these in my collection. So I can part ways with this one today. But like, how beautiful. Next up, as far as face palettes, I do have 2 Jeffree Star ones. So we have the Jeffree Star little cavity palette here. I do reach for this a significant amount, honestly. These 2 shades mixed together make a really pretty soft blush, really high up on my cheekbones. This makes a very subtle but shimmery kind of highlight. I don't use this shade. So this one's going to go in the maybe pile as well because I do use it pretty often. But again, I'm trying to like be smart here. And then the Peppermint Frost one I'm keeping. I don't care. This is fantastic. Ugly Sweater. He's ridiculous for not coming out bad as a single highlighter. It's insane. The other 2 are really nice as well. But this has like the most metallic-y reflex. Like it does kind of sit on your face. Not really blending into like a natural glow from within blinding highlight. It just kind of sits on your skin, but it is so stunning, so soft. Like it is like a Give Me Glow highlighter, but with like Jeffree Star's metallicness. I'm so keeping this. Other little palettes now, I do use this pretty often too. It's the Alice in Wonderland from Sigma. because I think this is like when I don't want to be like wearing makeup that day, I'll put this on as my highlighter because I still need a little bit of highlight on my face. I don't use the blush that much, but I don't need it. I really don't. I use it, but I don't need it. Okay, this is hard. So I don't reach for these that often. I usually use the Corla Rosa one the most out of these 3 palettes. But these are fancy and I want to keep them all, but I shouldn't because that's stupid. Sigma Corda Rosa, I think I have to keep. These are my neutral blushes, honestly. And like I said, this shade I even had a backup of because it's so beautiful. I'm keeping it. Yeah, I'm not even going to justify it anymore. Next up, Lunar Beauty Moon Prism. It's beautiful, right? However, I do wish there was more than one shimmer. He said he usually uses matte blushes. That's why there's more mattes here. But they're a little bit hard, like pan-wise, and I wish there was more shimmer. So I am actually going to declutter it, even though look at this packaging. Look at the packaging. And then the Scott Barnes palette. Oh, this is my only yellow blush, actually. I think I'll declutter it because if I really cared about a yellow blush that much, I could get a single one that would take up way less space in this drawer, or I could use a yellow eyeshadow as this blush color. But it feels so fancy to have a nice luxury palette, but I don't need it. Okay, this I'm definitely keeping. It is my Ofra depotted highlighters on this side and blushes on this side. I have to keep it because love, and also this is one of my Project Pan things this year. So there's that. Ice Crusher from Jeffree Star. Ooh, how pretty. Okay, I'm gonna keep this because there's a purpley shade here that can be used as a blush or a highlighter. And that means I'm gonna go back into my maybe pile and I'm going to declutter the Reza Beauty one. Because whereas this is more of a purple blush, I don't need 2, and this one's more shimmery, so I'm gonna keep the Ice Crusher one, declutter this one. Ooh, I'm hitting stuff up here. So I'm gonna keep these. And then this one I haven't filled in yet because I thought I'd have things depotted in here. But a lot of these things I can't depot that are like Ofras, because usually all these things are Ofra, right? Like my other one is all Ofra. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can try to depot some of the things I kept, like maybe the Jeffree Star Peppermint Frost one, or these Give Me Glow ones. Maybe I can depot them and add them in here to save space in my drawer. But as of right now, I only have 2 shades in here and they're both beautiful. Is this the Hills though? Like I didn't write what was on, like what shade this was. This looks like the Hills. It doesn't say, but I kept this one, which is the Hills, that I don't know. Okay, well this was in my keep pile. I'm gonna actually declutter it because I'm pretty sure that's the same shade. This one looks like a little bit of a lighter version, but this is the same shade. So I'm gonna declutter this one out of my keep pile because apparently I'm not very good at keeping track of things. So I will try to fill this in with other things, but as of right now, it's kind of an empty thing. I need to clean this drawer out, and I will, and reorganize. But as of right now, I want to see my keep, like visually see my keep versus what I decluttered. Okay, so this is my keep. Palettes, highlighters, 2 single blushes. All the rest of my blushes are in palettes. So this is insane. Like, I don't have much makeup. But do I care? I don't know. Let's go through the maybe pile now, because I feel like I don't have any makeup. Like, what am I going to use? But, like, these are things that I don't need. It's not like an eyeshadow palette where I need all the colors. So, Jeffree Star Cavity Palette, I'm going to keep. As, like, again, this is kind of a subtle highlighter for me, so I will keep that because I didn't keep too many subtle things. I will declutter the Scooby-Doo palette, even though it's really, really pretty. The shade's fun, but again, I tend to keep these, like, green, gold, icy shades, but I don't need this one. It's really glittery, and I do like that for a certain moment, but it doesn't have too much base pigment to it, so I will declutter this one. Next up in the maybe pile, It's a lot of Sigma and Ofra because I'm over purchasing from those brands, it feels like. Give Me Glow. I want to keep for like an alien moment, but like, do I already have that shade in this one? Yeah, I don't care. I'm keeping it. Whatever. I don't have that much makeup these days. It's fine. As far as the other, ooh, I love that this is kind of pinky. It's fine. I will declutter. I know I have a very similar shade in the Ofra, and then this blush, I have a similar shade in the Quarter Rosa that's kind of on the same shimmeryness. So I'll get rid of both of these. And then, which one's this one? Oh, it's kind of newish to me. I'll get rid of it, I guess. I can depot this one, actually. I can depot that one and put it in this palette, so I think I will end up keeping it, but I will depot it so it doesn't take up too much room. Okay, last little stack here. I think we'd agree that I was going to declutter this one because I have it in that palette already. Aesthetica. Oh, I decluttered that one. Glam Lights. I'm going to declutter it. I think it's a little hard pan on top. And then the Cover FX one, I'm going to declutter because I do have similar shades in the Quarter Rosa palette. Maybe a little bit less shimmery of a blush, but it's fine. So counting these things as one thing each, I have 16 things here for blushes and highlighters. And that's really good. Like, look at all the space I have in the back. Let me count up how many I decluttered. Okay, so I got rid of 32 things and I kept, I think I said 16. So I'm very proud of myself. I hope you guys are proud of me. Look at my little makeup drawer now. It's so sad. But I can fit so much other things in here. Like, it doesn't have to be just blush and highlighters. Like, I can combine drawers. And I'm not someone who needs to hoard makeup. I'm trying to really move past that stage in my life where I need everything. I'm still having a hard time with eyeshadow palettes. But like, look at my huge declutter. Isn't this nice? Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you later. Have a great day.